समय शुरू होता है अब।
Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn Gulp JS. We are having introduction of JS. Gulp JS. And today's agenda is what is Gulp, why Gulp, Gulp overflow, Gulp workflow, API, getting started. We are installing Gulp and we are demo. So let's start with what is Gulp. Gulp is a build tool and a JavaScript task runner. It's automate your workflow. Automate your workflow, repetitive tasks like processing, minifying, concatenating, and optimizing files. What is Gulp? Gulp is a task runner for development. It allows you to do a lot of stuff within your development workflow. You can compile SAS or LAS files, uglify and compress JS, and much more. The kicker for Gulp is that it's a streaming build system which doesn't write cam files. It's like pipe in bash. And why we use Gulp?
अरे इतनी जल्दी क्या है? ये सेसलेस क्या होता है?
SAS stand for syntactical awesome style sheet. It's a preprocessor of CSS. We can make variables, mixins, and functions in SAS and then compile into CSS, and same as less.
It's like pipes in bash.
It's like we.
वो पाइप कमांड की बात कर रहे हैं। लिनक्स में पाइप
ये क्लास वाला बताओ स्ट्रीमिंग दो कमांड एक साथ चलाते हैं क्लब कर
एक इनपुट दूसरे को रीडायरेक्ट
स्ट्रीमिंग बिल्ड सिस्टम होता है। ठीक है, स्ट्रीमिंग बिल्ड सिस्टम अभी नहीं
क्या
why we use Gulp? Gulp solve the problem of repetition, bundling and minifying libraries and style sheet, less SAS CSS compilation, copying, modifying file into the output directory. It's save your time. The Gulp workflow is first we have to install Node.js, npm, and then set up a package.json file and create a Gulp file.js, and then we write our task into Gulp.
इंस्टॉल node.js या फिर Gulp दोनों में से एक इंस्टॉल करिए।
नहीं, पहले हमें नोड इंस्टॉल करना पड़ेगा, Node.js इंस्टॉल करना पड़ेगा, देन हम Gulp इंस्टॉल करेंगे थ्रू npm नोड पैकेज मैनेजर।
अच्छा, और नोड क्यों करना पड़ेगा? नोड क्यों करना पड़ेगा?
It's maybe it's dependency Node.js npm because all the work in Gulp.js depend on the npm. That's why.
ये इंटरनली ये node.js का सर्वर चलने लगता है। प्ले में भी अब रिक्वायर्ड हो गया है। ये अगर प्ले को अगर थोड़ा फास्ट चलाना है ना तो node.js से सर्वर में लोकल पे जहाँ पे प्ले सर्वर चल रहा है ना वहाँ पे चलाना पड़ेगा।
तो दोनों चलाने पड़ेगा।
हाँ, ये तो मतलब ये ऐसा सर्वर नहीं है जैसे हम सोच रहे हो JVM चलता हो।
इससे चलता है
बैकग्राउंड में चलता रहेगा एल्गोरिथम का प्रोसेस।
And Gulp has a 4 API like Gulp task where we define our task, and Gulp source src where we read file, and Gulp dest it's a write file out like destination file where we are going our output. And Gulp watch is a command for changes. We are changing our SAS files and JS file. It's watch for this changes. And Gulp task as I mentioned, Gulp dot task define a task. A task contain the operation you want to execute, where the operation are commonly provided by plugins. Like its syntax is Gulp dot task, and then the name of task, the dependency. It's a optional thing. Like this one is optional, and the function, and we can perform our operation. Where name is the task name. The task name will be accessible via the command line interface, so make it something meaningful. And the dependencies, like an optional array of tasks to be completed prior to your task. Like we have dependency of array. It's optional, but when we add the dependency, it will work first, then the name of the task, Gulp task.
This is JS code. Gulp dot task.
We are writing this code into gulpfile.js. And the function that perform the task operation. The function typically follow the pattern of collecting files from the file system, performing some operation provided by plugin, and writing the result back to the file system. And we'll take a look closer at this. Like before we defining a task name template with a dependency on the minify task, the minify task will be executed and completed prior to the template task, as I told you before. The syntax, the real syntax is this, Gulp dot task. We are naming our task name is template, and we have one dependency like minifying and function, and we will perform our operation. Gulp.src, our second API. Like Gulp.src will be open to be the first operation to perform within the task function, as it collect the file from the file system on which your task will operate. It take a file matching pattern globe representing the file structure to read and return a readable stream. And we have a syntax Gulp.src, we have a globe, and then we have operations. The node globe file pattern is to read. The globe simply referred to pattern matching based to wildcard characters. And we have options. And optional parameter to further define file criteria, such as current working directory, or whether your task needs the content of the file read from the file system. Occasionally, you may just need the file path and not the content. Only the file path you have to mention on that code. Below example is collecting all the file with the JS file extension, .js file extension located in the script directory on any of its subdirectories also. If we remove this, then it will only look the root folder, where we have root folder all the file of .js extension. And we have Gulp dest. Gulp.dest write files to the specified path and
what is this file? Is it a source file or is it a target file?
yeah, it's a source file.
So what?
Where we having all our JS file, we have to put over here.
All the JS files. So this is a folder path. So why we are extending the .js in that?
We are telling Gulp.source like we do not have any folder now here, so it will go to the root folder, then it will find all .js extension and it will get them all. And we have one more thing like Gulp.dest. It will automatically create create the path for you, where it's put all the JS files of yours. Like you are concatenating or you are verifying your JS.
So all the different JS file will be combined into one.
If you are concatenating all them. If you are not, it will not.
Concatenating or something zipping, like our file zipping into one file.
Gulp has a Gulp-concat plugin for that concatenating. Minifying. One more thing. We have minifying them and concate all the we have 4 JS file on this folder, and we put like gulp.des path into whatever you want, like a scripts folder. It will create a folder for you like script and put all for your file, make minifying them and concatenate all in one file.
Every
So-
time if I change in any file, like if I have 100 JS files, then every time it gets minified or converted.
You have
into
to run command for that.
Every time I have to run, or it.
Not every time. I will.
So can you do more than one destination?
Yes, you can. And we have the Gulp watch. Gulp watch perform one or more tasks. This is Gulp.watch perform one or more tasks when specified folder change. To avoid manually rerunning the build task after the developer makes changes, the watch method can be configured to this automatically by executing certain tasks when particular file change. The syntax is Gulp.watch. We have globe and options and our task. Our task, like we are minifying or we are concatenating the globe. The globe node file pattern that indicate to files to monitor for changes. Options, an optional parameter to further define file criteria such as the current working directory. We have to add the folder path. Gulp.watch task. We are having the task like an array of tasks to be executed when the file change. We can add the array of tasks here, like
What
tasks. How many you can?
What is this task like?
Like task is if you are doing minification of your JS or CSS, compiling SAS and concatenating all JS file into one mini.js file, you can perform, or you need to have these separate tasks. Okay, and then you have to put Gulp.watch and the array of your every task.
So like
First you need to create a separate task for that, Gulp.task, and then you need to Gulp.watch, and then you can assign all those tasks into here. So you will only you can only run Gulp.watch and it will run all your tasks at one command.
So I have to manually create the task for creating the SAS files, slice files,
Yes.
or minifying the JS. So all they are separated and they are called in an array in this way.
बेसिकली कॉन्फ़िगरेशन करना पड़ता है स्टार्टिंग में. सो पूरे एप्लीकेशन स्ट्रक्चर के हिसाब से अपनी ही कॉन्फ़िगर करेगा एक फाइल. एंड बेसिकली प्रोडक्शन एनवायरनमेंट के लिए होता है कि सिर्फ सिंगल फाइल जाती है ऐप एक जो भी हमारी होती है टोटली प्रोडक्शन एनवायरनमेंट में. तो ये तो एक बेनिफिट है इसका गल्प का. इसके अलावा भी किसी चीज़ के लिए यूज़ होता है गल्प कि सिर्फ एक मिनिफाई जेएस बना दी मैंने पूरी एप्लीकेशन की अपनी जो मेरी कस्टम.
सारे टास्क ऑटोमेट करने के लिए होता है.
सारे टास्क ही आप ऑटोमेट कर रहे हो. जैसे आपको आपके पास एक jquery.js है, आपको मिनिफाई करनी हो तो आप ये आपको एक कमांड लाइन पे करके देगा, अदरवाइज आपको कोई प्लगइन यूज़ करना पड़ेगा या आपको
मिनिफाई करके देगा. देन उसके बाद उसको मैं अपलोड करूँगा कहीं पर अपनी एप्लीकेशन रन करने के लिए उस तरफ जिस भी एनवायरनमेंट में डालना है वहाँ पर डालूंगा.
ऑटोमेट करना है.
Minify
किसी फाइल में
हाँ,
किसी
automate
फाइल में
करता है.
चेंज किया तो जो टास्क बनती है टास्क अपने आप रन होती है, बहुत चेक करता है हर बार, और जब ब्राउज़र पे रिफ्रेश करे बनाए वो चेंजेस देखे जाते हैं.
इसके अलावा और किसी पर्पस के लिए यूज़ होता है गल्प.
मिनिफाई वगैरह ये वाले टास्क तो प्रीडिफाइंड होंगे ना.
ये प्रीडिफाइंड हो गया, हमको ये सब असाइन करने पड़ेंगे इसमें.
मतलब असाइन तो कर देंगे पर ये वाले टास्क तो ऑलरेडी बने हुए होंगे ना. मतलब मैं
हाँ, सारे प्लगइन्स बने, सारे प्लगइन्स बनेंगे. आपको बस प्लगइन इंक्लूड कराना है, बताना है किस फाइल के लिए क्या करना है. आपको जेएस फाइल के लिए मिनिफाई करना है, कन्फिगर करना है.
Right. अगर मेरे को कुछ कस्टम काम कराना है तो उसके लिए मैं अपना कस्टम टास्क लिख सकता हूँ.
हाँ.
पर बहुत सारे टास्क ऑलरेडी होंगे ना
हाँ,
प्रीबिल्ट.
बहुत सारे प्लगइन्स आपको ऑलरेडी मिल जाएंगे. So we need to get started with Gulp. We need Node.js installed on our local machine and npm and JavaScript. So we can install Gulp like npm install -Gulp -g Gulp, and we have to save this as our development dependency into our file. We can install any plugin. We can find plugin on npm.js, npmjs.com/plugins. We have lots of plugins over there. We have to create 2 files on our root directory. Like first one is gulp_file.js, where we have all the tasks of our we have to make automate, and the package.json file create on that on them on at root directory. This is the package.json file will look, and this is the gulp file.
इससे भी करा दो what is the what do we include in the package file? That how are we
We are having our the project name, version, हाँ dependencies सारी यहाँ पे आ जाएंगी, and configuration आएगी इसमें, मतलब पूरी आपकी प्रोजेक्ट की.
गल्प अगली फाइल क्या करता है?
अगली फाइल
spaces लगाना
वाइट स्पेसेस वगैरह.
सिलेक्शन
ये प्लगइन, ये भी इसका प्लगइन है.
सारे प्लगइन्स है, ये सारे डिपेंडेंसीज हैं.
रीडेबल फॉर्मेट में नहीं होता इसलिए ये फाइल वो सिर्फ चलने के लिए होता है, वो पढ़ नहीं सकते.
मिनी फाइल चाहिए
एक्चुअली
ये बचा हुआ है.
मिनी फाइल अगली फाइल अलग है
हाँ थोड़ा सा
मिनी फाइल होगी तो अगली फाइल होगी
तो एक तरह से हाँ क्या
Like I create a JSON file. We have our JSON file over here. We have name of our demo and version and the description, and our main file is index.js, and these all are dependencies. And we have the gulp file.js. We need to include gulp as a requirement, and these all are the plugins we need to include. We are having the application.scss file. We are having 2 variables, and body and the sidebar. It will compile for us. Let's write some CSS. We are having container. Container good. We can use percentage. And we are having the footer file, the JS file. We can change. These are the files. First, I have assigned the task like for linting, like every JS file it will lint, and the SAS for compilation, and the script file. This is the source file. We are having the in JS folder. It will look all the .js file, and it will concat into all .js. This file is automatically created by Gulp. And the destination file is for distribution is this, and it will rename our file into all.mil.js and uglify them and create another folder production, and this file will include into this. And we are having the Gulp task watch. We can the Gulp watch, it will add like I've told you the optional array. We have adding a lint. This is our file. This is our function name, and this script also, and another for SAS. We need to run a single command Gulp watch, then it will automatically create those tasks for us. So it's create a CSS folder for us, and its name application.css. We can open it. Application.css, and we have the container width 71.42, and the footer file, it will
ये application.css तो SAS को कंपाइल करके होगी।
वो PROD जो prod जो फोल्डर था वो
हाँ, वो भी बनेगा। हमारे पास दो फोल्डर बनेंगे, एक ये दिस नाम का, एंड एक प्रोडक्शन all.js इसके अंदर जाएगी, एंड all.main.js प्रोडक्शन के अंदर जाएगी। If we change this file, then it will. We are having this folder, and we have all.js. The first file is this, and the second one is this. We have two .js file, and we have another folder for fiction, and
क्या ID कौन सा है?
atom. It will minify.
CSS के लिए भी सेम होगा।
हाँ, CSS के लिए इसने यहाँ पे CSS का एक फोल्डर बनाया, जैसे अगर हम इसे डिलीट कर देंगे
फिर वो चलाएंगे।
हाँ, फिर हमें वॉच चलाना पड़ेगा।
वो चलता ही नहीं रहेगा, मतलब मेरे
हाँ, वो चलता रहेगा अगर मैं उसमें कुछ भी चेंज करूँगा ना। अब जैसे मैंने इसे वो कर दिया, टर्मिनेट कर दिया इस प्रोग्राम को।
अब अगर मैं CSS फाइल में जब
फाइल में
भी
कुछ चेंज करूँगा ना, जब भी चेंज करूँगा, देन ये चेंज का टाइम भी बताता रहेगा कि हमने कब कब फाइल्स चेंज किए। बस CSS folder and application.css file automatically created by Gulp.
और इसको यूज़ कर रहे हैं तो बैकएंड बेस में यूज़ कर सकते हैं।